Well, all right, just hit the local post office, fired off a couple of packages to two of my really good customers. I sell to anybody, but there's some customers I get that I always welcome their business. They're always really nice, and I love repeat business. Got to treat the folks right. Sometimes on Facebook, I'll check this one group called the Vinyl Vigilante. And it's a place to go when you've been ripped off. It can get pretty hairy there. There's been lots of times where somebody will post up a grievance and it'll get ironed out. And there's some that keep getting reported, you know, from their shenanigans on Discogs or eBay. And they've been going at it for a decade or more. And nothing ever seems to be done about them. I'm not a big karmic believer or anything else like that from that matter. So they'll probably get away with it forever until they don't. I'm going to hit just a couple of local thrift shops here in my area. And later this week, I'll do a really good long, I'm going hunting for a record trip. I've got some really good ones planned out. Going to go out to West Texas and way up north. I mean, way up north beyond Dallas. Can you believe that? So hang in there. We've been doing some short episodes recently, but I'm starting to feel lucky again. So like and subscribe. Let's go to the first thrift shop. Okay, we're at the first one. Some of these are quite large, and they can be productive. What I always hope for to find are, in this section of town, looking for soul, R&B, and sometimes really good hot gospel records. They'll turn up. And there were a lot of good small labels to come out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area that specialized in soul and gospel especially. So in we go. Well, they've got the music blasting, so I won't record much here. Well, all right, no luck there. We're going to head it down the road, go to the next one, which, yeah, a couple of minutes away or so. I'm in no hurry. So I'm just about at the next one. They're behind the El Rancho. They've got good meat at good prices. Sometimes we go there when our local places don't have quite what we need. But anyway, the thrift shops and such, they can range from kind of, I don't know, pretentious and wannabe fancy, and I don't like those much. Then they can be the ones that are just completely nasty and rough and DNA stain type stuff. That's nasty, but I tend to find more stuff there. This one, while it's really organized and all, has a whole lot of cool funky stuff in it. Just acres and acres of stuff, it seems. So I'm gonna go in. I have found things here before, not so much records, but really great older electronics, tube equipment, things like that. And the clothing is good as well. So get my stuff all shut down. Let's go in. So stuff they've got. This place just amazes me. What turns up here is anything for your house, etc. If you don't mind used stuff. Guess what? I don't mind used stuff. I hate paying retail for anything. Of course, in some places like this, not this one, but some places want to charge full retail. I don't buy from them. They had lots of LPs and lots of thumpity thump loud music. So the combination of which drives me out fairly quickly. Some days it's peaceful, some days not so much. Got a couple more to go to, then I got to go home and do some stuff. thrift shop has presented itself. I don't think I've ever found anything at this one, but it falls into the rougher category, so maybe they've got a box of rougher records. In we go. Same results as last and the one before. Few LPs. This one might have had 6 LPs that were of no interest. No 45 records. But I've always got to make my rounds, hand out cards and such. Maybe I'll get that call. I hope so. I'm not finding anything, and I need to do a little more exploration. Sometimes I get so worked up about going way out into the rural areas. Sometimes I don't explore enough the areas immediately surrounding my little town. Beautiful Balch Springs, yes. Well, I guess I'm in part of Dallas right now, but I'm not 6 or 7 miles away from the house. Probably on this whole trip I might burn half a gallon of gas or maybe a little more. But anyway, what I'm doing right now is just checking a few roads that I haven't been up and down in a long time. As I've said before, thrift shops and junk stores and all, even antique malls, will spring up, blossom for a bit, and then they'll dry up on the vine when they run out of inventory or customers, or the tax bill comes in for their property. So that's what I'm doing now, just checking out things, working my way towards a regular retail store that doesn't sell records, but they sell record players very cheap. I was able to pick up just a few weeks ago, and it's now my regular first line record player. Instead of Big Bird, I'm carrying around this little 3-speed that's normally you'd call it just a crap player, but it plays the 78s, and it's a little bit better than the portable I had been carrying, that red case thing. It's also rechargeable, which is a big plus. I don't have to carry the AA batteries with me around. And it seems to have a bit higher volume than the red-cased, nearly identical player. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick up another if they've got it. They're just 40 bucks, so come on, that's hard to beat. I see people on Facebook Marketplace trying to sell the same ones for $100 to $150, and I paid $100 for the first one I had like this, years ago when they first came out. So the prices have dropped, therefore I don't pay as much either. Well, all right, they had a few in stock. They were still $40. They had other types for $49 and such, but this one suits me just fine. Yes, I'm not going to play anything great, and it's not for critical listening. It's strictly for taking all the guesswork out of whether a record will play, how well it will play, and just what the heck kind of music it is. I pick up a lot of records that I don't know. I play them. Either they're terrible or they can be my favorite thing from then on out. So like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. I'm going home. I buy old records. I sometimes order off eBay. Now, let me show you a case in point. These two came in today at the same time. This is a 45 record, a single 45 record. I'll tell you what, that's a well-packed record. And this is a cat that's getting in the way. That's Polly. Oh, by the by, look at old Polly here. She has double thumbs on her front paws, front legs. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. This one came in. It looks miserable. It was sideways in my box. The guy did not write, as I requested, please deliver to front porch, because my mailman's happy to do so when he sees that. Okay, so let's open this up and see if my record, I think it's going to be Tracy Pendarvis, Southbound Line, a marvelous performance on Sun. I have it. I just like to pick them up when I get them for cheap. Oh, this is just miserably packed. Look at that. Now this is what this guy thinks apparently is good packing. Wow. And it was supposed to have been VG plus. It's VG minus at best. I got it on cheap, so I'm going to just see if maybe I can do something with it, move it down the line. Miserable. Absolutely miserable. I'll never do business with you again. You can't grade records, and you can't package, well, for something. All right. So anyway, that's our special report today. Okay, well, let's just go to the other end of it. This is a 45-cent in a regular box. And I'll tell you what the previous guy did. He went cheap. Got some cardboard, wrapped around it. Didn't even use filler pads or anything. This guy did real well. Oh my, that's a nice record. This guy actually took some pains to do it properly. It'd be a something and a half if this thing came up broken anyway. There. And this one was supposed to be in gorgeous shape. It is in gorgeous shape. Well done. Really fantastic job Ed Bruce did there of singing Sweet Woman. Very great Sun record. Kind of a sleeper. It wasn't in high demand until the last few years. A tale of two kinds of packaging. That versus that. Feedback will show that. I'll tell you what. Enjoy. Glad you came by. I buy old records. Sometimes I get them crappily packed. Most of the time they're well done. And as long as Polly and her extra toes are happy, I'm happy. Isn't that right, girl? Yeah. Well, it's sure like for you to like and subscribe. I'd do most anything. Baby, offer you a bribe. But I'm kind of broke now, so we'll let that slide on by. Well, you're here anyway, so baby, give it a try. Please hit that subscribe button. Don't make me demean myself like this more.